History remembers David as Israel's greatest king, the shepherd chosen by God. But what if the Bible hides a darker story? A story of political alliances, war, religion, betrayal, and the ruthless rise of a new king. Around 1000 BCE, Israel stood on the edge of collapse. The Philistines dominated the region, the tribes were divided. Israel's first king, Saul, struggled to hold the nation together. The Bible describes him as increasingly unstable, jealous, and paranoid. Then, according to the biblical story, God secretly chose another king. David begins as a shepherd from Bethlehem. But from the very beginning, the biblical narrative presents him as extraordinary. Samuel anoints him in secret, a hidden king, before the throne is empty. David's rise begins with one of the most famous battles in history. Saul has slain his thousands, David his tens of thousands. At that moment, Saul realizes David is becoming more powerful than the king himself. The Bible describes Jonathan and David as bound together by love. But in the political language of the ancient Near East, love often meant loyalty, alliance, political covenant. Jonathan was not merely Saul's son, he was heir to the throne. David becomes an outlaw, but the fugitive is slowly transforming into something much more dangerous, a political force. This was David's opportunity, but David does not kill Saul. Instead, he humiliates the king. In this strategic moment, psychological warfare replaces simple assassination. Then Saul dies. A mysterious messenger appears before David, claiming responsibility for Saul's death. Moments later, David orders his execution. The witness disappears. David becomes king in Hebron, but only over Judah. In the north, Saul's dynasty still survives, and Abner remains the true power behind the throne. David makes an alliance with Abner, but Joab has other plans. Joab murders Abner suddenly. The Bible insists David knew nothing, yet every death moves David closer to absolute power. David conquers Jerusalem and transforms it into both political and religious capital. Religion becomes a tool of national unity. David transforms Israel from tribal confederation into empire. The humble shepherd from Bethlehem becomes a ruthless conqueror. The Bible remembers David as the ideal king, but beneath the sacred story, another David may still be hiding. Was David simply chosen by God, or was he one of history's greatest political survivors? Empires are not born in innocence.